It's Thursday. Welcome to another marvelous episode of College Football Showdown. I am the governor of college football. And with me, as always, is my co-pilot, Jalen Wilson. Jalen, I feel like it's been a couple weeks since we talked. I believe last week was my fault due to all of the traveling. How you doing, brother? How you been? You also dropped a
No,
fire video yesterday. So how you doing?
yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Can't really complain. It's Thursday.
Mm.
One more day, and tomorrow's a half day. So,
Oh, you got half days on Fridays now.
mm-mm.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
just
okay.
got some professional development stuff we gotta do.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's what's up. You excited about the professional development or not really?
Yeah, it's basically what I'm gonna be in charge of when my boss is gone for
Okay.
for the rest of the semester whenever she has surgery. So,
Okay. All right, you moving up. You doing big things, man. This in my opinion, each week of college football has gotten increasingly better. I remember before the season start, I looked at week one as kind of the pinnacle of college football. Like, and we got some dope play week zero. Don't get me wrong. And week one met my expectation, but didn't meet my expectations at the same time. Week two, we didn't really expect much. We got a great week. Week three, we got a great week. Week four, we got a great week. And then this week, we got a plethora of games, dude. There's so many good games this week. We can't even cover them all. But I'm going to just get your opinion, rapid fire style. I'll name a game. Just let me know the first thing that come to your mind. I'll kind of do the same. And then we'll get into the big enchilada and the two games we're going to cover in great detail a little bit later on today. So talk to me about Louisville and Pitt. I'm credentialed for this game. I'm also credentialed for Wake Forest and Georgia Tech. Unsure which game I'm going to. Winston-Salem, believe it or not, is actually closer to me. I do enjoy the ride out Pitt, but it's like a 5-hour ride there and a 5-hour ride back. I could fly out there. I'm not sure which game I'm going to, but let's talk to me about Louisville and Pitt.
good game. I feel like it's Eli Holston is really. I feel like he's taking a step this season.
Mm-hmm.
At least watch him. I know isn't he like top 10 in touchdowns right now, passing touchdowns for quarterbacks. He's
Eli hosting that wouldn't surprise
or
me.
maybe it's like ACC. I don't know. He's like top 5.
He does have 9 passing touchdowns, 3 interceptions, completing 66% of his passes. So that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, I feel like last year he was more of a game manager. This year he's kind of still that, but he's a little he's a little better.
Mm.
And then Louisville, I mean, I don't think we're surprised by them. I think me and you were both kind of higher on them than some other people, or at least than most. Because I know I had them in my top 25, if I'm not mistaken. I had them like 22.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember your top 25, but they've been a good team. Very solid. I like that you mentioned, this could be the year to win ACC this season. Yeah. Are we choosing the winner?
Yeah. Whatever you want to do with this segment. Yeah. Who you think?
Louisville.
You got Louisville winning this game, even on the road and a difficult place to play. I think the name of the stadium now is Acrisure. I think you always call it Hines. I always call it Three River Stadium.
I'd be forgetting to change the name.
Yeah, me too.
It's like the Lakers. I still call it Staples Center.
Right. What is it even called now?
The crypto.com
cool.
Or something like that.
It's called. Some people probably still call it the Western Forum, which is what it was called before then. So I think this is going to be a good game. One of the stats that sticked out to me about this game is the fact that Pittsburgh ranks 20th in third down percentage. They're getting opponents off the field on third down at a really great clip rate. Their opponents only have successful third downs on 26% of their possessions. I think that's outstanding. I think that's something that'll stay. You know me, bro. I'm gonna always ride with the teams that I picked early in the season, and while Florida and Clemson have severely let me down, there have been a few teams carrying the torch for me. And Louisville is one of those teams, even though I wasn't overwhelmed with them against JMU. But give me Louisville in this game. I think they'll possess the ball. I think we'll get a Jeff Brom special here. Miller Moss hasn't done much this year. Does have 690 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, completing 67% of his passes. Chris Burrell is doing what he's supposed to do. And Isaac Brown has been effective. I would like to see his stats be much better, to be honest with you.
I'm honestly not. I don't think Miller Moss is all that, honestly. I feel like he got a lot to hype off that bowl game. If you remember,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. I remember that. It was actually against Louisville. Fun fact.
I thought it
So
was, but I wasn't sure.
Nino says, could Notre Dame lose to Arkansas? Absolutely.
They
Arkansas just
could,
lost a heartbreaking loss
they
last week.
could,
That game is in
and Notre Dame has no
Fayetteville.
defense.
Yeah,
Like,
and they did not look good versus
and I think
Purdue. They won, but
Leonard Moore in their cornerback,
mhm,
they're supposed to be their star cornerback.
mhm,
He's either out or he's questionable. And they
mhm,
also got Devontae Smith who's questionable.
mhm.
So,
So yeah,
they still got CJ
Louisville's
Carr
success
though.
for me is their run game. You and the CJ Carr season stuff, bro. I saw
AKT.
your. I saw you. I saw it, by the way. I saw it when I ended. He's like, all week you haven't talked about CJ Carr, bro. Win some meaningful games, and I'll talk about CJ Carr, bro.
KT, if his name was CJ Manning, he'd be number one right now.
Yeah, you might be right. You might have a point about that, bro. Let's move along. We got the Magnolia Bowl. Let's hear that Magnolia clap. All right. So this game, bro, means a lot. I already know which way you're going with this game, but talk to me about LSU. What you seen with LSU this year, and why you think LSU is going to win this game.
I like LSU's defense. I said it in my head yesterday, and it made sense yesterday. I was basically like, no. But I was talking about Texas A&M versus LSU. Remember we was having that discussion yesterday on the phone, me, you, and Moon, or maybe that's the other day.
It was a few days ago, right? But I think we talked on the phone yesterday as well, though. All three of us.
Yeah, I would trust LSU's offense to score more than Texas A&M defense to get a stop.
Okay,
Which
I think that's
my logic with the Ole Miss way too. Like,
okay.
Although Ole Miss has a better defense than Texas A&M, so I could definitely see Ole Miss, disrupting some LSU's offense. And LSU offense hasn't really looked great. I mean, y'all mentioned the run game, but I feel like this could be a get-right game. We saw Kentucky put up 23 points.
Caden Durham is questionable this game too. So if he plays, that I think that bodes well for LSU. But if he doesn't, I'm really picking Ole Miss to win that game.
I mean, we saw like Kentucky put up 23 points, which
they moved the ball
crazy. But then you see the next week where Arkansas put
up points as well.
They put up what 30, 35, something like that.
They did. They put. Yeah, I know Pete Golden is allowing 18 points per game right now.
Yeah, and that worries me because I feel like Arkansas is closer to LSU than Kentucky is, so I could, but LSU doesn't have the run game that Arkansas does, so it's like you got to get wins with your losses, I guess. But but that's my whole logic going into this game is that I would trust LSU's offense to score more than Ole Miss defense can get stops. So. And I would trust LSU's defense to get more stops than more than Ole Miss offense to score.
Here are some things that I found as truths for this matchup. Ole Miss running game is better with Keelan Lacey at the moment, right? Trinidad Shamlish, need I say more, is outplaying Garrett Nussmeier to this point, and I don't think statistically it's close. Amazingly enough, even though LSU wide receiver core on paper is beautiful, right now I'll take Lee and Wallace over their wide receiver core just based off of production. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest with you, on paper I wouldn't, but just based off of production I would. So then it comes down to strength versus strength. It comes down to Blake Baker and what he's done with that defense versus Lane Kiffin and that offense. And last year we saw a really good game, fireworks. LSU found a way to win. The year before, it was a shootout. Ole Miss found a way to win. This is just going to be a really damn good game. Give me Ole Miss, not because that I think their offense is better than LSU's defense, because I don't think that. But I think with it a home game, you add the added effect with Landry Kiffin, who's beautiful, by the way. With her being in the mix of this game, bro, I know he got to feel weird, bro. He just got to.
Question: Will it be high scoring? Because I was just talking kind of early in your chat. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think it's gonna be that high scoring.
I think it will be. I think if you look at the history of this game, it'll be high scoring. I think both coaches know coming into this game they're gonna have to put up points.
But I feel like these two teams are different than the recent years. Like LSU has a better defense. Ole Miss, to where the defense isn't this great. I feel like it's better than. It's definitely better than last year's. The first year.
I'm not certain. I'm not certain the names are better. We can only go off the production, though. To be honest with you. So yeah, I think from a production standpoint, is better.
When the LSU offense is worse than last
I don't
year.
know. What scares me about LSU is they got 5 turnovers. 5 forced interceptions from DJ Lagway.
Yeah,
They
but
only
that's
won
DJ
by 10 points.
Lagway.
They
Yeah,
only won by 10 points though. And keep in mind that a 90-yard bomb
yeah. So when
pass
they
the
did they
ball
have a pick
call back.
six that game?
Huh?
Did they have a pick six that game?
Yeah, they had a pick six. Like that's what scares me about LSU, right? But they do play phenomenal defense. Their halftime adjustments have been key for me and the games that they won. Blake Baker has made outstanding halftime adjustments.
But
Go ahead.
they haven't gone against weak defenses though. Like Clemson's defense isn't great. It isn't as good as what we thought it was, but I don't think it's as bad as what they kind of showed.
I agree with that. And Florida's defense is outstanding. They're just they just happen to have an offense.
Now the La Tech game, I don't know.
Yeah, that game did get out of hand, but no, like I said, I know you like LSU this game. I like Ole Miss. I like the home field advantage if there is such a thing at the collegiate level. And if Caden Durham definitely doesn't play, I'm even more comfortable with my Ole Miss pick if he doesn't play. Not that I'm rooting for him not to play or anything like that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, up next we got Texas A&M versus Auburn. Now, this game is going to tell us a lot about both of these teams. One of my mottos on my show was no moral victories, but I left last week's game more impressed with Auburn than I did with Oklahoma. Is that messed up? Is that wrong?
Yes and no. Honestly, for me, it would be the other way around because I wasn't high on Oklahoma.
Right.
I was high on Brent Venables.
Right. So
they proven.
Well, I was high on Ben Arbuckle and John Mateer, and then I saw that last year's defense was wasted in Norman because they played outstanding defense last year. It's just with Seth Luttrell, that offense couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like at all. And this is my take. I think they still get points that drive, but you remember the touchdown by Satenya that was an illegal play, and SEC admitted that it was illegal. The announcer, how they have the refs that come into the game that work for every network that'll just buzz in whenever there's an important play, said that it was an illegal play, and he won by 7 points, bro. Like Oklahoma is another team, in my opinion, that's been struggling to score. Now, outstanding victories this season. You look at their resume, outstanding victory versus Michigan. Defense is still playing outstanding. What was that game? 24-13, if I'm not mistaken. Like 24-17 versus Auburn. I came in this year thinking people were like a little bit too high on Auburn. Let's wait and see. But I left after that game more impressed with them, not as impressed with Oklahoma. And it's wrong because we've always rewarded winners on this show. But I don't know. That's just the feeling I got. So
the only thing I hate about Auburn right now is Jackson Arnold. That man.
So let's talk about it. How are you feeling about Jackson Arnold right now?
Just inconsistent. He missed a couple throws last week.
Oh yeah, I mean, I
could have changed the game.
I had the feeling that that's just something you just got to deal with him at your quarterback unless you're gonna take the time to develop him.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, but I feel like that. Like now, Texas A&M defense. It's not Oklahoma's defense, so
for sure, that's fair.
Things could be a lot different with with this matchup, and they probably will. But I feel like he's just gonna miss a couple throws again. Now, will it cost him a game? I don't know. Texas A&M offense seems better than Oklahoma's offense.
Because Hugh Freeze is doing an outstanding job with him. He's completing 69% of his passes, 5 touchdowns.
It's really
have any interceptions on the season. How many rushing yards does he have? I know he's doing well rushing on the ground as well. So, he's playing well. Definitely looks a lot better in this system than he looked in Seth Luttrell's system a season ago. But what worries me is, can they keep up with the points? Because Texas A&M had a week to prepare for this game.
They did.
Can they keep up with the points and then that environment? If they thought the environment was Norman was raucous, did you see the clip with Jackson Arnold leaving the field? I love that clip, by the way. I don't know if he caught it. So he was leaving the field. Fans were talking to him, and I love the way he left the field. He didn't leave the field like Bill Belichick this past weekend with his head down. He head up. He's looking at everybody. Fans are trolling him and teasing him, right? And he looked like he wanted to say something. I was like, he ain't going to say nothing. But at the very end, he says, "You wish you were me." And he's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't we all sometimes wish we were able to play? Like, don't you wish you didn't have some injuries that you had in high school, some of the things you had to deal with your vision and all of that?
Yeah, shoot. I wish I was Marcel Reed. I ain't gonna say Jackson Arnold.
But I'm just saying, but he's still playing for Auburn, bro. And he's playing in the SEC, bro. Like, Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we
I
all
feel
wish
you.
we
I
were
feel you.
playing instead of commentating. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether you wish you were him or you wish you were somebody else, we all wish we were playing instead of commentating. If I could just have one game playing in the SEC, playing cornerback, we'll get most a couple times. But you know what I'm saying? I just wish I had that opportunity. So I thought that was an outstanding comeback, by the way. So shout out to him for that. So how you feeling about this game overall, though?
I'm feeling it different. I'm not impressed by Auburn's offense. Like the
Mm-hmm.
run game hasn't been good, but I feel like their passing game kind of has been
Yeah,
somewhat
well,
lackluster.
he's been the run game. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Jackson Arnold. So I agree with you. I think at times, even though his stats say different, I think there's been times he's been skittish. I agree with you. He missed some throws. Now a lot of people aren't going to say that if they're a box score watching, they're going to say, well, he's completing 68% of his passes and all of that. I think he's definitely had a few throws this season that he wish he had back. I told this to Nino after the Baylor game. I said I wasn't overly impressed with either team, like with Baylor or
I was impressed with
Auburn
Auburn
after
during
the
that.
game. Yeah, were you? I wasn't overly impressed. I'm not sure if you watched the entire game. I watched the entire game, and it seemed like you ever seen somebody injured and you see them kind of like cater to the injury. Like,
Mm-hmm.
let's say if they got an ankle injury, like they'll do all the crossovers they need to. Let's say it's their left ankle, but to the right,
Yeah,
again, they're comfortable on the left. They ginger. Like I felt like Hugh Freeze was ginger to Jackson Arnold being able to pass the ball. Like, and I get it. Dave Aranda's defense was stupid. They made no adjustments. Never brung that safety, down into the box. None of that ever happened. You know what I'm saying? So it said one. I get you, but I had a feeling that when we get to SEC games, sometimes their ineffectiveness or their inability to pass the ball, or him being able to make the throws that they need to make in some of those tighter windows, or sometimes when they're wide open, because he overthrew Cam Coleman this past weekend, and it's like, how does that even happen? You know what I'm saying? So I
yeah.
think we both like Texas A&M in this game. To me, it's with Texas A&M. What are you going to give up? Right? You like, are you going to let Carver and Concepcion route you the hell up? Are you going to let Moss and Owens get at you? Or are you going to let Marcel Reed run? Like, they are so difficult to stop. They're so difficult to stop, and their offensive line is really good as well. That's a really difficult team to beat. Now, when they get into core SEC play, if that defense don't get it together, there will be some shootouts that they will lose.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm worried about with Texas A&M, and that's when I see a head coach that's offensive minded and they're struggling defensively. That doesn't make sense to me. That it's the other way
It
around too. Like,
happens, I guess. I mean,
you're
you do this
offensive
with a
minded
bad
coach
defense
and you're
sometimes.
struggling offensively. I don't know. That don't make sense to me.
I mean,
Well,
it's happening
go ahead.
with Notre Dame right now.
It's happening to who?
With Notre Dame, that's why CJ Carr and their offense can't get no wins.
Yeah, I think that's fair. CJ Carr is your favorite quarterback of the 2020. What draft class is he in? 2028. That's your pick. That's your first pick of the 2028 NFL draft.
Hey, either him or freaking Dylan Laundren from
Yeah,
DC.
yeah. What about the kid in College Park right now, Malik Washington?
I
That's
like
lighting it
Malik
up.
Washington. I do
Yeah,
like Malik
he's he's
Washington.
he's cool. Yeah. I like him a lot. So if you got questions in the chat, feel free. Me and Jalen on address them as is. I guess we're the same there. So let's talk about this Ohio State and Washington game. Do you think Ohio State should be on upset alert this game?
Yes and no. That
Okay,
Ohio
I got
game
you.
had me a little skeptical because I know they started off slow.
Yeah.
And Ohio was there for a little bit, but of course they pulled away as the game went on. But
Mm-hmm.
I think they should,
Mm-hmm.
but will it happen? I don't think so.
I got
Like
you.
I watch Ohio State, their offense isn't as good as last year.
I think that's fair. Their running game last year was elite too.
Yeah.
So
I don't
Bo
think the
Jackson's
OC.
not playing bad now.
Yeah, the OC isn't as good. Brian Hartline is cool, but I don't know. I'm not too impressed with Brian Hartline, honestly. I thought it was weird that he was the offensive coordinator in 23, and then y'all bring in Brian Kelly, not Brian Kelly, Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly, I know what you meant. You good, bro.
Yeah, y'all bring in Chip Kelly. Y'all make Brian Hartline the co-offensive coordinator, but we all know Chip Kelly's really probably the ones calling the plays. Then you bring in Brian Hartline again as a full-time offensive coordinator. I don't know. I just didn't like that. Like, if he was so good to be the full-time offensive coordinator, he would have been it these past 2 seasons before that. So yeah, I don't like that. Hey, Matt Patricia, crazy good, crazy good. Hey, he was always good in New England until like his last year.
I mean, but wasn't he like an offensive coordinator his last year?
No, his last year as a defense coordinator. My
Okay,
bad. Yeah,
okay.
his last year in New England, he was like the, he was on
This
offense.
is the
Don't
weirdest
know.
thing I ever seen. It was you had two guys on, uh, but I get it. Like I get the thinking behind it. You know every defense. There's a defense you have not seen, so you should be able to call plays because you know every defense. It was a disaster,
Nah,
but
KT, I don't get the thinking behind it.
yeah,
If I'm on the
I have
offensive
never
line behind the
seen
offense.
Steve Sarkisian look more pedestrian as a play caller than when Ohio State played Texas, and everybody want to put the blame on Archman, and he didn't play great. I'm not going to take up for him,
Keep
but
putting the
Steve
blame on.
Sarkisian played. He called a terrible game, bro. It was bad. Like sometimes you could look at a game and say, okay, they just didn't execute right, but
Mhm.
then other times you could look at a game and say, nah, bro. Like Steve Sarkisian was seeing ghosts as well. It was like he was back there in the huddle and he was just seeing ghosts. And and to Matt Patricia's credit, what they're allowing like 5 points per game right now,
Yeah, something
something
crazy.
astronomical like that. So who you got winning this game, brother?
I got Ohio State. Even though I know it's in Seattle, right?
Yeah, it's in Seattle.
Yeah, it's in Seattle. Like I get that. I get Washington has crazy good fan base when it comes to showing
Mhm.
up the games, but I don't know. Me, you are indifferent about like the whole home field advantage thing. I
Home
think
field
it
advantage.
matters. It matters
Mhm.
sometimes depending on the game, but sometimes I feel like the better team's just gonna win, no matter where it's at.
I I think it probably matters a little bit more, like playoff time in the NFL.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Definitely probably mattered more in like the Memphis game this past weekend with that crazy home field advantage that they had. Then it did in Clemson when Syracuse looked like they were the home team down in Clemson. So I do hear what you're saying 100%. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Ohio State because it's the smart pick. Julian saying even with the 3 interceptions, is completing passes at a very high clip. I think there's an advanced
So what
analytics
you're
that
saying is you really kind of want to go Washington, but the smart pick is
yeah,
Ohio State. So
yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty safe. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, that's where I'm at right now. But if it's one of those things I regret this weekend, and let's say Washington pulls it off, I'm gonna be upset with my.
Hey, hold on. USC or Illinois?
Where's the game at?
It's in Champaign.
Illinois.
USC by 40. Goodness gracious. I don't watch that defense before.
It's an overreaction, brother.
I don't think it is.
That's an overreaction. Styles make fights. What you did versus Indiana don't matter this weekend. If you think Brett Bielema probably hasn't done his best coaching job this past week, you coaches when they feel like their team is getting a little bit too big for their britches. Not that he begged for a game in this facet, but oh man, all coaches this week, the intensity need to be turned up. They should have been doing gashers after the game, brother. But I can only imagine you guys gonna get USC this week. I feel confident in that. I
I
feel
mean,
very.
hopefully we do. We win.
Mhm.
Go against Purdue, beat Purdue. Then we get Ohio State for college game day.
I'm hoping, but
I don't think that happen.
they might be scared with that
We
with that
always
63-10 game. They might be nervous.
yeah, but we always fumble the college game day games. I'm be honest. We always lose like a week or two before. And it's
Dang,
like,
it
oh
could have been a destination, and they still haven't been to Champagne yet, right?
no, they should have went
I'll tell you this: if college game day go to Champagne, I'll meet you in Champagne. I will fly up there to is it Midway or the other one?
O'Hare.
O'Hare, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll fly to O'Hare and I'll catch whatever bus I need to catch to get to college game day, and I'll go to that game.
Yeah, we should get college game day the year or last year when Cal played Miami. We should have got college game day that week.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you there. I
Because I think
also
that was
thought it was a possibility week 0, right?
mm-hmm.
1 year when you guys played Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys had an opportunity. No champagne drinking and champagne tonight. All right, brother. So let's get into the big enchilada games. We got Bama versus UGA. Now with these games, I want to kind of my apologies. Give me a second.
Oh no, you good.
All right. So
This game weird though.
With these games, I want to take our time with it. I really want to set the table for it. Kind of talk more in depth than we did, even though we did get in depth with some of these games. So we got Bama heading to Athens. When's the last time you remember Alabama playing in Athens? It just doesn't seem right in my head, and it could have been recent, but in my mind, it seems like they either play in Tuscaloosa or it's a conference championship game. I don't
When the
know.
last time if I'm not mistaken, 2021,
Was it
2020,
2021?
20. It was a Devontae Smith's Heisman
Okay.
season. They played in Athens. That's the last time I really remember them walking in there. You still
Was
there,
it
Kitty?
2015?
What?
It looks like it was 2015.
Last time they played in Athens?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check.
I thought they played there during like either 2021 or 2020.
It might be. Hold on. Hold on. I know where to go. I know where to go.
Because I remember like Stetson Bennett throwing like 3 picks that game.
Did he?
Yeah, this was the year before they won a championship.
Let's look at it.
I know he had 2 interceptions the next year in the SEC championship game.
No. Nope. Last time they played in Athens, they played in Atlanta. Last time they played in Athens was 2015.
Dang.
The 2021 game was the SEC championship game.
They're not playing 2020?
Yeah, that was in Tuscaloosa. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I physically couldn't remember the last time they played. That's why I asked you. I figured you would know. It was 2015, the last time they played in Athens. So it's been a decade, brother. It's been 10 years since they've taken a trip there. So
yeah, I didn't know
that's
that.
crazy. Yeah, I didn't know that either. So how you feeling about both of these teams at this point into the season before we get into the players to watch and all of that stuff?
Well, my dad asked me, he was like, so what you, he was like, Alabama or Georgia? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I watched Georgia against Tennessee. Scoring was good. They scored 44 points. They put up 38 points in regulation. But then I was like, I don't know if that's an outlier game or that could be something they can do like a couple weeks of season.
That's something that was moving forward, right?
Yeah. I'm like, now I got to think. I'm like Alabama. I told him I basically told him what I told you. I was like, I can't gauge them for real. Like I can't get a read on them. Like defense look okay, I guess, or defense look good, but I'm like the offense ain't really doing it for me. Like, I'm not impressed by Ryan Williams or any other of the receivers.
You haven't liked Jeremy Bernard this year? I think he's played pretty well.
I mean, he's been good, but I don't feel like nobody's. It's not to a point to where I feel like, man, like I got to put my number 1 corner on him.
Right. No, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%.
I don't feel like their offensive line has been good, but it's had its moments where it hasn't looked great. Then you look at the run game, been non-existent. So, like, I'm just like, I see all these red flags. I'm like, I told him, I was like, shoot, Georgia, pick Georgia, just bet on Georgia. I'm like, no way I'd say all them red flags and go with Alabama. Like, and I try to read these. I'm like, I just can't. Georgia, I have a tougher time reading. Alabama, they're a good team, but I feel like they have the Alabama name, so people still kind of overrate them, which is why people kind of overrate Florida State right now, even though Florida State's a good team, but Alabama win kind of boosts them, even though I feel like it should.
Right.
We need to start treating Alabama wins like or a win against Alabama like we treated a win against Nebraska in 2014. Cool win, but they ain't the top of food chain no more. So also that sellout record fake. I don't care what nobody say about Nebraska.
No, it isn't.
But yeah, that's what I gotta say about these two
Oh,
teams. Like,
hold on, hold on, hold on. We can't brush over that. What makes you think that their sellout record is fake?
man, they be lying.
Okay,
I don't know. They haven't been. I mean, they could don't get me wrong. They got a diehard fan base, but I don't feel like they've been that good enough to where they just sell out every game
Jalen, let me explain
that
this
much
to you.
consecutively.
Let me explain this to you. So when you go outside, what do you see at your house? What do you see?
I see grass. I see a street. I see
Okay.
trees.
Do you see other like stores and all of
Yeah.
that type of stuff? Okay, cool. When I go outside, I see the same thing. I see that I got a mall that's 5 minutes away from me. I got a town center that's 5 minutes away from me. Any eatery that I want is within 5 minutes. Nebraska, you see cornfields, brother. Cornfields. That's all you see, brother. Is cornfields. You wonder why Bud Crawford is so strong, bro? Just thinking about the farm work he was probably doing growing up. That fan base is diehard, and they are like the Dallas Cowboys, right? And I say they're like the Dallas Cowboys because the how bad they are delusional. It's real. Like every year you
Mhm.
think, okay, we done figured it out. We done figured it out. We done figured it out. So while if that was like in UCLA, I wouldn't believe it, or if it was USC, I wouldn't believe it just because of the competition and things you got to deal with. If it was Northwestern, I wouldn't believe it just because a big city like Chicago is a little a little bit away. But in the city, when you go outside, you see cornfields. Your next door neighbor might be 2 miles down the road, dog. I
Chicago
believe
is
it.
a pro sports city.
Yeah, right. So I just think that from a competition perspective and competition perspective alone, what are you competing with? You got high school football, which is on Friday nights,
Mm-hmm.
and you got the hold down, you know what I'm saying, which is probably Saturday nights after Nebraska wins. There's nothing to compete with, bro. It's like the Josh Allen picture with him with an Iowa State shirt on, looking through the cornfields. That picture looks more Lincoln, Nebraska or Omaha, Nebraska to me than it does in Iowa, bro. Just to be honest with you, because Iowa City is beautiful. You know what I mean? But in Ames, Iowa, you probably can get that. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents on it. And plus,
Also, by
I
the
was
way,
a
this is
Nebraska fan growing
KT's
up.
Nebraska fan coming out.
Yeah, it
Just
is.
let
It's
you know.
100%. 100%. I'm with you here. So, who are some of the players to watch? Who are some of the names to know in this matchup?
um, I mean, Gunnar Stockton. We get to see what he does against another. I feel like talented defense. We saw what he did against Tennessee. He didn't start out the greatest, but as the game went on, got more under control. Started throwing a lot better passes.
Oh, he impressed me.
Yeah, yeah, he did.
Is it sad that
That so
I'm sold already,
that last touchdown he had in the
dude?
was
Fourth
the
and
back
six,
right corner. Yeah.
dude. It was a dot, bro. It was a dot. Fourth and
Um.
six to make that Bonesy type of throw. That was crazy to me.
Yeah.
So I'm sold on Gunnar Stockton. I saw everything I need to say. He's mobile enough. What I'm about to say is gonna sound really messed up. Well, I
Okay.
don't think he's a better pro prospect than Carson Beck. I think I trust him to play safe enough. He's not going to lose me a game, but he
Mhm.
does have the capability of winning me the game. So I think for Georgia and what Georgia likes to do, he's more Stetson Bennett than Carson Beck, but I think he's better than Stetson Bennett, if that makes sense.
I don't think either of them are better than Stetson.
Whoa, you're better in what perspective? Better as like a college football quarterback that's going to win you a lot of games and
Yeah.
rely on your defense, or you think like that the skill sets, the intangibles, that they're not better than Stetson Bennett?
Oh, their skill sets, yeah. But I feel like
Okay. Okay, you mean
if
as a
I'm
college
choosing a
quarterback?
quarterback,
If
I'm
you were
taking
drafting
Stetson.
a quarterback to go win me a national championship, Stetson Bennett. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I hear you 100%. My bad.
Hey, same reason I'm going Cole McCoy over Vince Young. Just let you know.
I
But
remember
Vince
you
Young was the
saying
better
that,
quarterback.
and this
I
is
mean,
just
Cole McCoy was the better
the
quarterback.
growth and development of me. I'm not going to argue with you. You can continue to tell me who some of the players to watch, brother. You got it, bro. I'm not going to argue with you.
Kevin Riley, Alabama's running back. What he's
How
the
you like
second.
him?
Eh,
We wait for Jam.
yeah.
Jam.
Oh,
Oh,
James.
Jam.
Nah. He was the second leading rusher in the
Mm.
FSU. I mean, in the Wisconsin game. KT, you know who the first leading rusher was?
What's the top?
Yeah, it was Ty Simpson.
Was it okay?
And it wasn't that much. Oh my gosh.
Luke Fickle. What you think about Luke Fickle? While we're on the subject,
Ooh, Fickle. Oh,
yeah.
fired.
Okay. Why did they extend him last year?
I don't
Like
know. That was
that's the
dumb.
question. So I'm of the mindset. Okay, you saw that this coach was struggling. You extended them to give him, hey, we support you, bro. You should be fired before Luke Fickle was fired. Like fire the AD, fire Luke Fickle, and let's start over. Let's figure this thing out. And me
Yeah.
and Jalen are available for any team that wants to hire a coach. We're available. If you need us, you know what I'm saying, we got you.
I actually saw a list. Now since you're on the top of Wisconsin, it was
Yeah.
like best rushing seasons in Big Ten history, and Jonathan Taylor rushed for 2,000 yards twice, and
Twice.
Yeah,
Incredible. How much
yeah,
did Melvin Gordon rush for? He was pretty
2,500. He, yeah. Actually, I looked at stuff like he probably should have got the
Heisman. yeah, he should have. Wow.
But yeah, Kevin Riley running back for Alabama. He needs to show up. The whole run game needs to show up. Ty Simpson should not be leading you on rushing really in any game unless he has like a 80-yard run. Because he can break those. Well, I don't know about 80 yards, but he can break like a 50-yarder if you need him to. Yeah, Ryan Williams, he needs to show up. He's been, he's supposed to be the big name receiver for Alabama. He hasn't really been the big name. He had a okay.
Was him and Jeremiah like here last year?
You said what?
Was him and like this is Jeremiah Smith, this is Ryan Williams? Like you felt like they were probably.
Yeah, I feel like Jeremiah.
It's a little bit of distance.
Yeah, I feel like Jeremiah was a little bit of distance ahead of him, and
now it's enormous. Like Cam Coleman, who we expected to be up there with Jeremiah, I think has shrunk in that gap.
Corey Moore, the gap between Corey Moore.
Dude, the Corey Moore is real deal, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, Ronald, he needs to show up. He hasn't really been too great this season. His season didn't start out good. He had an okay game against Wisconsin, but he hasn't really impressed me too much. And finally, the Georgia offensive line. They lost a starting offensive tackle. Going to be a big question this upcoming. You facing Alabama this week. I get it's they aren't as good as what they used to be, but it's still Alabama. They still formidable opponent. Still got a good defense. So that offensive line is a little shaken up. It's going to be interesting to watch between these two teams.
I like that. So you talked about the Bama side quite a lot. So from a scheme perspective, how do you feel about Mike Bobo? How do you feel about Glenn Schumann? How do you feel about Ryan Grubb? How do you feel about?
I feel like Glenn Schumann finna have a field day with this no run game.
I agree.
Offense to Alabama guy, honestly.
He's going there to run the ball.
Like I feel like Glenn Schumann finna have a field day. Mike Bobo. If he has to open it up, he will.
Yeah, but we just seen it in Knoxville a couple weeks ago.
But I feel like if he knows, hey, if we could just make these safe plays and still win, then he will go that route. But he will try to hit you with a couple haymakers here and there.
I love it. So give me your prediction for the game. I think the spread for this game, I'm acting like I don't have it up in my notes. I do. I just have
Georgia by 14.
Georgia by 14? Okay. I think the spread is what, like 3? Maybe like a point and a half? Maybe it's 3.5 points. Yeah, the line is 3. So a lot of people are uneasy about this game for some reason. So the line is 3 points by Georgia. So you got Georgia winning the game and covering the spread. I'm with you there. My mind says it. It's like, okay, it's been a decade since Alabama's even had to travel to Athens. I don't know. I'll tell you this. Georgia should win. Points in every direction for Georgia winning this game. But if Alabama wins this game, what do you think the headline is coming out of this game?
The headline.
Is it like Ty Simpson stepping into, Heisman form? Is it, Riley, picking up the slack in the running game? Is it the defense, where, they make Gunner Stockton
it would be like a clickbait headline. It'd be like, does Alabama gain control over the SEC
Uh-huh.
after this win?
Oh yeah.
Question
Oh
mark.
yeah.
And
Oh
they'll,
yeah.
it will go over a brief reason why and why they
Mhm.
can beat these teams now. And
Kalen DeBoer is back. Alabama's
yeah,
down the favorite, like you said, to win the SEC. We get all the superlatives back, and that'll be great. But I tell you, who wouldn't? I mean, they'll be okay. But that Tuscaloosa fan base is they hard to please, bro.
yeah.
Even if you go win in Athens, okay, that's cool. Like, let's find our way to the SEC championship, then our way to the playoff.
But for game wise, it'd be like I think for Alabama to have to win, they have to run the ball. So it'd be like Alabama run games come. Alabama run game comes alive in
Ah,
Athens.
I like that. That probably would be the title, and then the offensive line is controlling the war of attrition. So let's talk about this game. That's the big enchilada. You got to take about this game, and I want you to tell the world your take.
Well, I think the whiteout game is overrated. I do.
Yeah. Explain why.
I get they got that cool Mo Bamba clip. By the way, that song is over. I hate hearing that song now.
Oh yeah, NCAA 25. I'm sorry, college football 25 ruined it. I'm with you there.
Yeah, that clip is cool for its time, but it's the only cool clip to come out of the Dane Whiteout stuff. Like, and I looked at the Whiteout games results. They got a winning record, but it's against inferior opponents. It's not like y'all play Ohio State in the Whiteout games. Y'all don't play.
They played Auburn one time in a whiteout.
Yeah, that was it. And I think did they lose that game? No, I think they might have won a game because that was the Bo Nix game, right? And he overthrew the wide receiver in the end zone in the final moments.
I believe that was the Bo Nix game. I think that's when Brian Harsin was the coach and Mike Bobo was the coordinator.
Yeah, and Sean Clifford was still there.
Yikes!
Hey, Sean Clifford, the best quarterback in this decade.
Stop it.
Actually, this century. My bad. This century.
Hold on. You think he better than McSorley?
Oh, damn, I forgot about McSorley. My fault. Second best quarterback.
Okay. So now the real question is, do you think McSorley is better than Drew Aller?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you have statistics to back you up with that too. So I believe McSorley threw for what was it, 30 touchdowns one season?
I'm crazy like that. He threw it on the dime.
You remember the song, bro?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you got Mettenberger. Honestly, I didn't like Mettenberger. I'll be honest.
You said who?
Mettenberger, Zach Mettenberger. Remember him?
Didn't he play for LSU?
Wait, who am I thinking of? They
had another Christian Hackenberg.
Hackenberg, yeah.
Dude, you remember he was supposed to be the next like John Elway, bro? He came in as a true freshman and started, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, yes.
I did not like.
I thought he was Buns too.
It's funny. I used to always get them mixed up, and I still do.
Nah, it's all good. Well, yeah. In 2016, McSorley 29 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. 2017, 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Statistically speaking, I believe, and from the eye test speaking, I do believe Drew Aller is better. Even though I didn't know Tracy McSorley stats with this.
Hey, Drew Aller is more Sean Clifford than Tracy McSorley.
No.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that. I don't. Okay, let's look at Sean Clifford's stats, bro.
He's more Sean Clifford than Tracy McSorley.
Let's look at Sean Clifford's stats. Sean Clifford is in the NFL. Yo, that came out.
I didn't know that. Is he on the Ravens practice squad? I remember he got drafted by the Ravens or something like that.
My apologies, Sean Clifford. I wasn't familiar with your game. I see him in a Packers uniform, in a Bengals uniform.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with your game, brother.
Actually, McSorley got picked up by the Ravens. My fault.
Yeah. So Sean Clifford, no. Drew Aller is significantly better than Sean Clifford. But he had a couple good years. Yes,
like ability-wise. They didn't get the same quarterback.
I'm telling you, I think Drew Aller will be one of those quarterbacks that once you get in the NFL, you're like, dang, he was all right in college, but like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can have him a couple Kirk Cousins type years. You know what I'm saying? So, who are the players watching this game, brother?
So you got Dante Moore, Heisman candidate. He got to show out in the whiteout. And KT. Also, I think it's stupid. Penn State doesn't wear white in a whiteout. I don't know why. It annoys me.
Oh, well, the team don't. The fans do. Which, yeah, you're right. I'm with you.
Like
I
I feel
think
like
it's tradition. I think it's tradition.
it did, but I feel like you can go white out. You might have to go all white
Right,
too.
right,
Like
right. Now I feel you there. Yeah.
that's also always annoyed me.
Right. You see the away team in white and then why isn't the whole team in white? I got you. I
Yeah.
follow you.
Yeah, Dante Moore looked real good so far. Looks like, the second best Duck quarterback of the 2020s. Right behind Bo Nix. Yeah,
Fair.
Dante Moore.
Nah, that's very fair. I had to think about it for a second. Fair stat.
No, for real though. Dante Moore, he's been really impressive this season. Hasn't really been talked about a lot.
Yeah. Well,
he has, but he hasn't. Like
he hasn't been talked about enough. I think that's fair.
I've seen more Thomas Castellanos talk to him. I've seen more CJ Carr talk to him. I ain't even seen too much CJ Carr talk.
CJ Carr talk is wild, bro. Dude's got a losing record, and we talking about CJ Carr.
Hey, CJ Carr fought. He put up 40-something points against Texas A&M. The defense didn't stop him on like 4th and 20.
Yeah, I mean, but they lost, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they won it too, bro. Like I talk about them when they on the other side. You know what I'm saying? When they got when they over 500.
Yeah, we've heard more Lenore Sellers talk.
We have that's fair.
We've heard more Garrett Nussmeier talk. I've heard more Aguilar talk, and not that not that some of those quarterbacks don't deserve to talk, but Dante Moore I feel like deserve to be in that conversation too.
It's because the Dante Moore thing is so unexpected. Because the last thing we remember him is in the Bruins jersey and Chip Kelly,
and nobody really knew about Dante Moore. Right. At least the college football fans did, but some of the media didn't really know.
He's probably the best player if you look back at it. Probably the best quarterback out of that story. What was that? The 2023 class.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best one when you go look back at it. Sellers is up there too. But yeah, he's been patient and it's paid off.
Yeah, DeCorian Moore is also a name to watch.
Dude, he's incredible.
What, true freshman?
Yeah, true freshman.
Number receiving. Yeah, I mean, he was the number one receiver going to this from this high school class. Some people was comparing him with like Jeremiah Smith with the hype and everything.
Yeah, it was that the hype was real.
Yeah, the Corey, like he's gonna be a name to watch. He's gonna have to be a name to watch because the Ducks they got Benson. They got Benson. Forget his first name. Played at FSU. Played at Alabama. Goodness. Dang it, I forgot his first name.
That's about to bother me.
Malik Benson.
Yeah, Malik.
Yeah, they got him. He's actually been doing pretty well this season too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you look at that and it's like Corey Moore going to step up this game because this is the first real test that they've had this season. Yeah. Then Penn State, of course, you got Drew Aller. He's going to be a name to watch. It. I'm still not crazy impressed by him, but of course you got Katron Allen and Noah Singleton also in that mix too with the names to watch because I mean the running game there are two really good running backs. I feel like is it Katron who's leading them right now?
Yeah, Katron is leading them in rushing. Yeah. Yep, it's not Nick Singleton.
Which is not surprising to me. I always thought, not always, but last year I was on the train to Katron more than.
Yeah. I think that's something where it's unanimous with us at CFB Nation that we all believe that Katron is a better back.
Yeah, and then Jim Knowles. I mean, I like the stat that you mentioned on your show earlier. You were like, I think you said last time Jim Knowles faced this defense, it was in the college football playoffs, and he shut the offense down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are my names to watch for this game.
Yeah, I think you nailed them all. Do you think fans leaving this game will be disappointed in this? And I'm not talking about whether it's a Penn State or Oregon fan. I'm just saying as the media viewer, me and you, like I'm probably gonna call you on Moon on three-way and just have y'all on three-way the entire time while watching this game. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like this is I feel like I'm playing the game with all of my takes, and y'all know how I've been a strong believer in Penn State. Like
this week is like a me versus you bowl, you know. It
is 100%.
Oh, missing in Penn State, Oregon.
Yeah, we can put our hair on the line if you want.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing it either. But if you was gonna do it, I was gonna bluff.
If you had a beard, you was like, yeah, put the beard on. I'd be like, I might think about it, but yeah.
Hey, that's hilarious, dog.
Nah. Shoot, I show up on to work Monday. Age gonna be back. She's like, what the hell happened to your hair?
My hair grows so fast, and my dad, I don't know if your dad does, but my dad has a full head of hair. So I know I'm good, bro. Like this show gonna go back, bro.
Yeah, my dad used to have it. He when he had braids and everything, he usually have his stuff short now. But
He keeps it short. Yeah, like
yeah,
I said, my dad good. Every time my dad go to the barber shop, they say you look like you never stressed a day in your life because he got a head full of hair, bro. So I know I'm good for a long time, very
hey
long
KT,
time.
do you know that bald dude that's been bald all your life, and all of a sudden he want to grow hair, and it's like, what the heck? Like why didn't you had this before?
Jadakiss. niggas thought Jadakiss was bald the entire time. He's like, no, I want to be like Jordan. I'm like, bro, what is you
Jordan, you
talking?
mean Onyx?
Is that what he said? He wanted to be like Onyx? I thought he said he wanted to be like
No,
Jordan.
but Jordan got his bald hair from Onyx.
Did he really? He was balding though.
Do
He
the
was
knowledge, KT. Do the knowledge.
due to knowledge. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm a Jordan
Oh,
fan.
KT, you don't know the meme? Oh man, I got a picture
Nah,
of one after this show.
nah, nah. I don't know. You know, y'all be hip to stuff, dog. What was the thing that Brad kept saying back in the day?
I don't know.
It was something where somebody put out a tweet, and then you say something in the comment section, and then sometimes you can get more comments off of it, and you use that verbiage.
I don't remember.
Yeah, Brad kept saying it. I was telling Brad to shut up, bro, because he kept using that verbiage, bro. I forgot what it is.
I remember. Yeah, my cousin Will. He was bald all my life, and all of a sudden, when COVID hit, he just started growing his hair. I'm like, what the hell? You got hair? Your hair?
You with the turkey, brother.
like we show up at this little family reunion. This man just got head full of curly hair. I'm like, what the
Man,
hell?
I'm trying to tell you, he went to Turkey. That's what Dion went. Dion went to Turkey and got his head back, bro. I'll try to tell you. Any other games that we didn't talk about today, but that it's really intriguing to you this upcoming weekend?
Florida State, Virginia.
Yeah, that game's
Remember
really
I said
intriguing.
ACC media? I was like, Virginia gonna be the best team in Virginia.
I remember you said that, and I laughed at you at the moment. I take that laugh back. You were 100% correct. And Florida State on upset alert this week. So
I don't
UVA
think
has this weird like credential thing. It's not weird. We just need to follow the rule. They stop credentials 10 days out. I wanted to go to this game so badly because one, I haven't seen the Seminoles play in person yet. I had an opportunity to, just haven't seen them. And Charlottesville is like an hour and maybe 15 minutes away from me. So it's not bad at all. I still don't know where I'm going this weekend. I want to go to the Pitt Louisville game, but I wouldn't be surprised if I just make that 3.5-hour drive to Winston-Salem. I ain't trying to drive 5 hours and then got to drive back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I end up being in Pitt and be like, man, I'm about to go to Happy Valley. I'm about to find me some nosebleed seats. I'm about to take me a white tee into the game, bro. And just go, bro. But yeah, I'm excited for this weekend.
Could go to Nebraska. You gonna find a seat there. It might be a little hard, but you're gonna find a seat there.
Dude, I'm not finding a seat in Lincoln, bro. I promise you I'm not. And I'm disappointed in Dylan Raiola. Not because he hasn't been playing great. He's been playing great. The Hail Murray he had was pretty dope. But I don't know. I guess people didn't see the Cincinnati game. You remember the Cincinnati game that they played and down in Kansas City?
Yeah,
I left that game more impressed with Cincinnati and Scott Satterfield than I did with Nebraska because I thought Nebraska controlled the game the entire first half, but it was like a lack of adjustments in the second half. Kind of felt the same for this Michigan game as well.
Fine. I honestly wasn't really impressed. Like, Dylan Raiola had good stats, but I wasn't watching the game. I'm like, I don't really feel like he had 300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I can 3 touchdowns, yeah, because he had one touchdown was really an impressive throw. He like rolled out to the right, or escaped to the right, and then he like boom hit dude back in the end zone. But it got called back. It was illegal touching. Dude got called back. It was illegal touching, so the touchdown didn't stand.
Mm-hmm.
I actually just now remembered that. Yeah, that's what happened. But it was a good throw. But yeah, I don't know. When I just watch him, it just doesn't jump out the screen to me. So.
And I think the thing with him is he's playing much better than last year.
He is.
But
really
that's what you expected to do your sophomore year. Yeah, 13 touchdowns, 11 interceptions a season ago. He's completing 76%, percent of his passes, 11 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. That's phenomenal. But to win, in order to win in the Big Ten, you got to be able to close the deal and seal the deal on games like you just had this past weekend. So, Matt Rule year 3, we all believe in it. The Matt Rule, as we all like to say. But it'll be interesting to see what happened with Nebraska, man. Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here?
I mean, what you think about the Notre Dame Arkansas game? You know, who you got winning?
I know you high on this CJ Carr thing, but give me Arkansas to win that game. I think after the emotions that they had after the Memphis game, I think Fayetteville is going to be rocking. Sam Pittman knows his job is still on the line as it is each and every year, but he just continues to somehow manage to stay. Give me Taylor Green as he makes more plays than CJ Carr.
Does he though?
Yeah, he does.
I don't think he does.
I know. You CJ Carr #1 fan, though. Let me look at this kid's stats that you keep talking about, man.
No, I just think CJ Carr is the #1 quarterback on to next season.
Okay. That's a pretty impressive. 67 completion percentage, averaging 10 yards per throw, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, taking 6 sacks already. Yeah, he's been impressive. But I think that especially
Best
the
quarterback
way
in the independence.
yeah, he should be. I think that Arkansas is battle tested. They've had a lot of tough games, and not saying that Notre Dame isn't. They are as well.
I just don't trust Notre Dame's defense.
That's where I'm at. Taylor Green is going to get them fits, bro. He's going to get them fits. 100%, man. Any other games you want to talk about, brother?
I don't think so.
So many good games this week. That is Georgia Tech on upset alert before we get out of here?
I don't think so.
At Wake Forest, you don't think Damon Claiborne could just have one of those games where he said, "Hey, I'm here, and you guys need to recognize me." Even though he only has 25 carries on the season, he's averaging 10 yards per pop, bro.
I hope he have a good game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if he has a good game. Sure, yeah. But I don't think they'll win.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think you are correct. Well, all right, brother. As I always like to say, there are no more victories in the sport that survive for the fans. That's why college football has the greatest regular season. And until next time, we will see you all next Thursday. Y'all take care.